Well, what a way it was to start off the trading week beginning the 28th of April 2014. What we've done over the weekend through our Pivot Point Pro analysis class is set up about 12 individual stocks, which we currently and constantly monitor and give trade updates for. We give trade entries, targets, and stops. And as of today's session, as of the end of day's trading beginning Monday, I'd say the majority of these top 12 individual shares have actually triggered and are reflecting profitable trades. We've had a lot of students actually email in thanking us for the work we did over the weekend and the video we updated onto our Pivot Point Pro trading site. So if you aren't familiar with our trading community, have a look at the website. What I'm going to do for you now is transition to some of these individual trades. Now what we have set up, you can go back and reference this through over the weekend videos and also our Pivot Point Pro video, was that we have individual trade setups on Apple and Amazon all the way down the list till we get to XOM. Now with Amazon, or Apple to begin with, we had an entry at 582.63. That triggered as of Monday, and right now it's trading up just shy of $600. So even if you entered into just one call contract on Apple, it would have paid for an entire 2.5 years, I do believe, of Pivot Point Pro, if not more. That's what students are emailing me saying thank you for this morning. So that's the first one to get started on. We also have Amazon. Amazon was one that I was most excited about. However, this was bearish based on the earnings gap, which we had about 2 days ago. So what you can see is a continuation below 301.88. That was roughly our bearish entry for put contracts, with our initial target down here at $284.40. That of course is profitable again, and we're looking for this to continue, down to our ultimate support level down here at $284 a share. AXP was one that didn't trigger. That's okay. We have what we call a hammer candlestick, not giving us too much information in the way of future direction. You can see our individual trade setups. We have a bullish trigger at $90.03, an $84.99 bearish entry, and also an $83.75 bearish entry. We're just waiting for that to confirm. Here's Baidu. Baidu did break down significantly today. You can see here we're down almost $12 on $165 share. We had an entry here at $150.99. If you're not in this share at the moment, okay, like me, because what I did, it was so far away from our initial trigger all the way up here where we closed at about 163. I thought it would take 2 or 3 days to actually get down to the support level. Instead, we've done it in 1 day, and I didn't have this contingent order open in my own personal trading account. So if you're not in the trade yet, set the entry up at about $148.03 just for a continuation below the low of this week just here. That will almost definitely get us down to 141.88. On Baidu. It's looking extremely bearish, getting rejected at both the 100, the 10, the 20, and the 50 exponential moving average, as you can see here. Bearish in volume is increasing. This looks incredibly bearish. The oscillators have got a lot of room to go. The stochastics, the RSI, and the MACD are also incredibly bearish. Very excited about the continuation in Baidu. Let's have a look at Caterpillar. Caterpillar was another one which didn't trade. That's 2 so far. But again, this was one which I was least excited about in our top 12 list this week. So I'm going to skip by that one. Let's move on to FAS. FAS did trigger. This one is reflecting a break even at the moment. Very nice candlestick. We were talking about the potential head and shoulders taking place on FAS. We had what we call a retest of the old supporter's new resistance, and we're getting a very strong rejection. Now this rejection is taking place right now. 86.47 was the entry, targets at 81 and 78.33. So please be patient, be persistent, put in your stop, reduce your risk. That is a very nice trade. Now this Google trade, again, very simple trade. We had a 523.50 entry, also a 520.80. Depending on where you wanted to exit, you could have exited as of Monday's trading session. Our first target was 509.90. The low of the candlestick, let me just get this into perspective for you. The low of the candlestick was $511, so $1.10 away from our ultimate target, or our first target down here on Google, from about a 523 entry. Very close. So this is a very bullish candlestick, right? You can see this lower wick. This is indicating that there are buyers showing up on Google. So if you are in the Google trade and you did not exit today, move down your stop, move it to the high of the candlestick. This might be a little bit of a loss. It might be a $2 or $3 loss on Google, but taking into consideration, for instance, Apple, Amazon, Baidu, the breakdown that we're seeing, the FAS breakdown, this might be a very small loss. In the bigger grand scheme of things, it's going to be extremely small. You won't even notice it. So that is Google. HD, again, look to break out to the upside. It was not a close, and we do not have a continuation. So this isn't, or you shouldn't be technically entered into this. What I will do now is simply move it up to 81.24 on the bullish side. I'm still excited about this 78.25 bearish trade. That's what's got me most excited. And this upper wick on HD, on this increased volume, is saying that, look, potentially there are sellers. right around this old resistance. So please pay attention to HD. This is something that could tank. Here's JPM. JPM we did get triggered into. 54.89 was my bearish trigger. My stop is going to be up here at 56.50. So there's about $2 of risk, but there are some incredible opportunities for lower lows on JPM. If you're not in this JPM trade, move your trigger down to the low of today's candlestick. Right about here at 54.61. I do think this is the beginning of the next rollover. We came up to the gap, the open window, we failed it, we got a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, and we're starting to see the breakdown of JPM and the continuation of the open window in the direction of the bearish trend. So please, pardon me, pay attention to JPM. We also have Netflix. Netflix beginning to break down, intraday trigger at 310, out at our stop here, 301.40, very quick trade, very nice profitable trade. Ultimate re-entry is 294.80 now, and there are some huge downside potentials, 276 and 250, if in fact we start closing below these old resistance levels on Netflix, eerily reminiscent of the 2011 Netflix crash. Starbucks, no trade on Starbucks either, so I do believe that is the third trade which did not trigger. And to close with this XOM has got earnings coming up, and it's something that we're not looking at because, again, we do not hold trading positions over earnings. So thank you so much for watching this individual trade update. Very profitable week, a way to begin the week, starting the 28th of April 2014. Thank you so much. If you want to have a look at what we do here at Pivot Point Trading, have a look at our website, have a look at the scholarship series initiative that we're giving away to all students who want to persist and take up what we call a student scholarship here. So thank you so much. All the best, everyone. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.